A very good afternoon to all of you. I welcome each one of you to Praxis Business School on this special occasion of its convocation for the Postgraduate Diploma in Management class of 2025. The chief guest for the convocation is Professor Rishikesh T. Krishnan. Professor Krishnan is Director and Professor of Strategy at the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore. He was earlier Director of IIM Indore. He is currently the Ram Charan Chair Professor in Innovation and Leadership, and earlier held the Jamuna Raghavan Chair in Entrepreneurship at IIM Bangalore from 2007 to 2010. Professor Krishnan was educated at IIT Kanpur, Stanford University, and IIM Ahmedabad. His main areas of interest are strategy and innovation. He has been listed in the Thinkers 50 India list of most influential management thinkers from India. Apart from academic publications, Professor Krishnan has written 2 books. The first, 8 Steps to Innovation, Going from Jugaad to Excellence, co-authored with Vinay Dabholkar. This won the Best Book Award for 2013 and 15 from the Indian Society for Training and Development, and the second, From Jugaad to Systematic Innovation, The Challenge for India. Professor Krishnan has extensive corporate board and advisory experience. He is currently on the boards of the Gujarat State Petronet Limited, Wheels India Limited, and the Higher Education Financing Agency. He has served on several committees set up by the Government of India and prominent industry associations related to innovation in India. He is a member of the CII National Committee on Technology, Innovation and Research, and the CII National Higher Education Committee. He was a member of the expert committee set up by the Government of India in 2017-18 under the chairmanship of Justice B.N. Srikrishnan to propose a data protection framework for India. Professor Krishnan co-founded one startup and was the CEO of another. He has been on the jury of the Economic Times Startup Awards. He is currently on the advisory board of Your Nest Investment Advisors. Sir, it's indeed our good fortune and an honor to have a visionary like you with us today. I request a bouquet to be presented to Professor Krishnan to welcome him as the chief guest for the convocation ceremony. I request the chief guest, chairperson, and members of the board of governors to light the lamp to inaugurate the convocation ceremony.
guys doesn't like.
লিড ফটোগ্রাফার তুমি, তোমার যে ভ্যান্টেজ পয়েন্ট তুমি নেবে, তোমায় সরালে তুমি সরবে না। তুমি হচ্ছে লিড ফটোগ্রাফার, তুমি তোমার ফেস নেবে।
ঠিক আছে।
Now I request the Chairperson, Board of Governors, Mr. Kamlesh Sajnani, to declare the convocation open.
Good evening, everybody. I now declare the convocation ceremony for the PGDM class of Praxis Business School 2025 open. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Once again, I request the Chairperson, Mr. Kamlesh Sajnani, to deliver the opening address.
Shweta, you had to call me twice. Okay, thank you. All right, congratulations, first of all, to our students, the graduating class of 2025, esteemed faculty members, all the staff at Praxis, and proud parents. What advice can I share with you? The students, of course. It's hard to search for words of wisdom which you would remember in the future, and especially those from which you will derive lifelong value. But let me make an attempt. To begin with, I am certain that you must be relieved that you have navigated an additional 2 years of academic rigor. While you would be relieved and surely happy to move on, we at Praxis are also pleased to have been able to educate, nurture, prepare another cohort of wonderful students. I would like to believe that you must be experiencing a thrill of leaving the academic environment and looking forward to meet new people, encounter novel situations, relocating to newer geographies, and taking on the challenge of exploring professional frontiers. Apart from this excitement, I would, however, also like to believe that there will be within you a niggling tinge of sadness to part ways. Hopefully, the past 2 years that you have spent with us at Praxis will be fondly remembered, and your time at Praxis will rate highly among your life's experiences. Very recently, I had the opportunity to be at the alumni meet of Praxis in Bombay, and there were students from different batches, graduated from different years, and it suddenly hit home that Praxis had completed 16 batches and graduated almost 1,200 students in these 17 years. It's a small number, but still I think it's an achievement from our side. Second, I was amazed to see the confidence in the students. When you graduate, you are different, maybe a little tentative, but these were a confident bunch. Thirdly, it was wonderful to see them doing well professionally. Okay. And many of them in marquee organizations as senior managers, truly wonderful. Fourth, they had taken out time and come not only from within Mumbai but traveled from different cities. Now that takes some degree of attachment and affection to commit the time and travel to attend an alumni meet. And last but not the least, when they were asked to formally relate their time at Praxis, I could not but notice how fondly they remembered and related their experiences in the campus. Good, bad, otherwise, didn't matter. But it surely felt like they truly missed the times they spent at the Praxis campus. So the first thing I would hope for you is that you remember to stay connected and in touch with the Praxis community, alumni, faculty, staff, wherever you are or at whatever stage of life you are at. This connect will enable you to be a part of a strong community, to reach out for support or to give back and contribute to your own institute. That was the emotional advice. Now to the practical issues. I have only one. Be careful of numbers. Okay. I want you to get comfortable with them. In case you are not until now, most of us are generally tentative. Some of us have this inherent aversion to numbers. Don't worry, you don't have to accomplish anything of the magnitude of calculating the trajectory of an incoming missile, or directing a lunar missile, or even calculating the tariffs you have to levy on various nations. Your grades, marks, tenure, age, passwords, and all OTPs that you receive a lot of are numerical. Numbers are indispensable in life, serving as a fundamental tool and impacting everything from personal finances to understanding the world we live around. In today's data-driven world, understanding numbers, whether it is data analysis, financial literacy, or metrics-driven decision-making, will give you a competitive edge. Numbers will be a critical part of your working lives at whatever and whichever level you are in any organization. One of the numbers which you all love very much, which you usually are very disappointed with, is salary. Please bear in mind that will depend upon you achieving targets, KRAs, deadlines, ability to execute projects, negotiate, read and relate to data, arrive at solutions, solve problems, derive insights, and help you do your company well. The better you are at relating and communicating with numbers, the better is your probability at professional success. Therefore, make it one of the most important tools in your armor to bring you success. With these final thoughts for you, as you go forth, remember that success is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a culmination of small wins, lessons learned, and relationships built. Very important, relations. Praxis class of 2025, you have risen to the challenge and made it thus far. Now it's time to take on the world. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Prithvish Mukherjee, Director of Praxis Business School, to present his report.
Good afternoon. Distinguished guests, honored faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, our graduating students. It is my privilege to stand before you today to celebrate not only your achievements, but also to highlight the remarkable academic contributions that have made Praxis Business School a center of excellence. As we reflect on the past year, I'm proud to share with you the outstanding work that has been happening in the academic arena. To begin with, faculty publications and research. Our faculty has demonstrated exceptional commitment to advancing knowledge through research. We have published numerous papers in prestigious journals. For example, Professor Arunabh Dalal published research on handicraft products in the ABDC B-listed Journal of Global Scholars of Marketing Science. Professor Abhijit Biswas published in the ABDC A-listed Journal of Environmental Management, examining how ESG practices mitigate bank default risk. Professor Shweta Tiwari published papers in IEEE Engineering Management Review and Thunderbird International Business Review. Professor Jaideep Sen published multiple papers, including 2 in the ABDC listed International Journal of Business Forecasting and Marketing Intelligence. Professor Shubhashish Dasgupta contributed 6 Scopus indexed conference papers. Professor Konkona Mukhopadhyay published in a journal and contributed a book chapter. In terms of books and book chapters, our faculty has made significant contributions to scholarly literature. Professor Jaideep Sen edited 3 volumes, including Data Privacy, Techniques, Applications and Standards, Data Science Theory and Practice, co-edited with Professor Shayantani Raichaudhuri. Professor Jaideep Sen co-authored 7 book chapters on various topics, including portfolio optimization, technical analysis of Indian stocks, and artificial intelligence. Professor Shubhashish Dasgupta contributed 3 book chapters to scholarly publications. We have been active in providing professional development to corporates and to other colleges. Professor Abhijit Biswas conducted an online FDP on applied panel data econometrics using R. Professor Shayantani Raichaudhuri led an MDP with UCO Bank on training on data analytics for bill banking personnel. Professor Konkona Mukhopadhyay served as a resource person for AICTE Atal FDP on life skills at NITTTR Kolkata. Our students are no less, not just midterm and end-term examinations, they have also excelled in other academic pursuits. Students under Professor Shayantani Raichaudhuri presented papers at 8 conferences, including international conferences at St. Xavier's University, IEM and Alia University. 4 students from PGDM 2 were selected among the top 100 MBA Summer Trainee Awards, E4 MBA Summer Trainee Awards. Several students published research papers in international journals, with Bodhisattva Maulik and Sudipta Bepari publishing on sustainable economic growth. PGDM student Jayant Mehta published a solo article in Ortho, IIM Calcutta's e-journal. Our faculty has been recognized for these works. Professor Jaydeep Shen was recognized among the top 2% of scientists globally for the 5th consecutive year. He also won the Most Commendable Paper Award at the 7th International Business Analytics Conference at IIM Bangalore and the Best Paper Award at the IEEE International Conference NKCon 24. Professor Konkona Mukhopadhyay serves on the Academic Council of RCC Institute of Information Technology and as a PhD thesis evaluation expert at Techno India University. I am pleased to share that yours truly was granted a patent on the mechanism to motivate machines to acquire new and useful skills without human interventions, and I also completed the final part of my science fiction trilogy. In terms of institutional achievements, we have made significant strides. The biggest thing that we did this year was we obtained the NBA accreditation and the AIU equivalence, which means our PGDM program is now equivalent to an MBA program. We received AICTE approval with an increase in intake from 120 to 180 students. We have established MOUs with Scottish Church College, Sri Shikshayatam College, Gokhale College, Monindu Chandra College and Vivekananda College. We became knowledge partners of George Telegraph's Business Analytics program. We have continued our partnership with PTC University for the Masters in Data Science program. And we were the first to pioneer the NEP and UGC compliant internship program for college students in Calcutta, and this was rolled out to 250 undergraduate students. Okay. So this is where I was meant to conclude the speech, but no. Let me deviate a little from the script that I had originally written. To quote a wartime British politician, not very popular in India, who said this in a very different context. This is not the end. This is not the beginning of the end. This is the end of the beginning. But beginning of what? So, let me share a little secret with you. The script that I read out just now was created through an LLM based on mail and WhatsApp inputs sent by my faculty out here. I didn't write this. AI wrote this for me completely. But I thought it shows how linked AI is to us these days. So you see, this AI-driven world is the beginning that I'm referring to. Okay? And now that the future is hurtling towards us, it is being shaped by forces about which we understand very little and we can predict nothing about. Yet, it is important for us to have the curiosity to explore, the adaptability to change, and the courage to collaborate with the unknown. And that unknown can be anything from AI to Donald Trump's tariffs. Okay? So if we can do that, that will be our way to thrive and prosper in the future. Okay? So with these words, I end my short message to you. Congratulations and thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Saurav Saha, Chairperson of the PGP office, to start the process of conferring the certificates. I also request the Chairperson and our Director to step forward.
Good evening, everyone. Chairman, sir, I have the honor to present before you, on the recommendation of the Academic Council, the candidates for the diploma certificates of PGDM on having their successfully completed the necessary requirements during the academic year 2023 to 2025 at Praxis Business School. I'll read out the names of the students. Abhay Shaw, Viraj Kumar Oja, Abhishek Kumar Gupta, Avantika Roy, Aditya Narayan Singh, Ajay Kumar, Akshita Paul, Alisha Parveen, Amrita Das, Annabelle Roy, Ananya Datta, Anik Bhar, Anik De, Anita Ankita Kumbhakar, Anjali Shaw, Ankit Kumar, Ankita Priya, Anubrata Ghosh, Anvesha Kundu, Arindam Chatterjee, Avijit Singh, Oyam Ghosh, Ayush Chaurasia, Ayush Paul, Bhagyashri Kundu, Nikita Das, Vikram Majumdar, Chanchal Mundra, Chirag Banerjee, Chaudhary Rifazuddin, Devanjan Santra, Devarga Majumdar, Debashish Bhatta, Devapriya Basu, Devraj Biswas, Deepak Singh, Dipanshu Kashyap, Dhrubajyoti Datta, Dipanjan Mitra, Ekta Kumari, Ishika Jha, Jyotirmoy Mahato, Karuna Kumari, Khushbu Gira, Kaustav Ghosh, Krishanu Chakraborty, Maitreyi Kaur, Manisha Das, Mausam Singh, Mohammad Arif, Monolina Mistry, Ritika Sutradhar, Neil Mitra, Nilesh Kumar Sau, Payal Sinha Roy, Yali Dasgupta, fabulous. Paulavi Patra, Prerna Kumari, Priyam Samantha, Priyanka Gupta, Rachita Sikdar, Raj Agarwal, Rajoshi Das, Rajdeep Ghosh, Ronak Saha, Ruchik Sarkar, Ritesh Kumar, Rituparna Datta, Rupa Tiwari, Rupali Bhagat, Saheli Shyam, Sampurna Samanta, Sanchari Chakravarti, Sanchari Mandal, Sangeeta Sasmal, Saptarshi Mandal, Satyam Jaiswal, Shayan Ghosh, Shayan Roy, Shayantani Putadunda, Shreya Sinha, Sneha Pal, Somnath Das, Shomyadip Das, Shomyadip Paul, Shomadip Sardar, Shorodip Ganguly, Srijan Chakrabarti, Srishti Mandal, Shubharan Datta, Shubhamay Mandal, Sudeshna Ghosh, Sudha Kumari, Sudiksha Budhia, Shudipta De, Shubhran Patra, Swagatam Saha, Swapnalika Chatterjee, Shostik Mitra, Tania Bhattacharjee, Tanushree Bajaj, Tarpan Sinha, Varsha Gupta, Vidhi Vyas, Vishal Kumar Verman, Vivek Chaudhary, Sir, I have the honor to read on the recommendation of the Academic Council the names of the PGDM candidates who are absent today and who have also completed the necessary requirements during the academic year 2023-2025 at Praxis Business School. The names who are absent are Abhishek Kumar, Amarnath Pandey, Ankan Maiti, Arnesh Gupta, Bhupesh Verma, Harsh Gupta, Rishika Agarwal, Ritika Das, Swarnali Parui, Utkarsh Kumar Ray. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Krishnan, to give her the merit awards to the deserving students. The Academic Merit Awards takes into account the performance of the students across all trade subjects over the period of the 2 years. The winners of the Academic Merit Award for PGDM class of 2025 are Joint holder for rank number 3, first, Ankita Priya. Also, Devapriya Basu, joint holder for rank 3. Rank 2, Devarga Majumdar. And the topper of the PGDM class 2025, Shubham Datta. Now, a very special award for the best all-round performer of the batch. This award takes into account the performance of the student in academic, cultural, sports and co-curricular activities. The winner of the best all-round student and the title of the PGDM class of 2025 Blue goes to Ayan Ghosh. Thank you, Professor Krishnan.
Thank you, Professor Saha. I now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Krishnan, to deliver the convocation address.
Good evening. Graduating students, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to thank Praxis Business School for inviting me to be here at this important event today. Going forward, most of my remarks are addressed towards the graduating class. At the outset, congratulations on successfully completing a very challenging and I'm sure exciting PGDM program. If you look at the environment around us, it's quite clear that you are graduating at a very exciting time. Technology is changing fast. Blockchain, IoT, augmented reality, virtual reality, and of course AI and ML, to name just a few impactful technologies, are opening up many possibilities. But at the same time, many argue that the jobs of tomorrow are not even known or defined today. Developing multidisciplinary and transdisciplinary skills will be much more important than some years ago. And India, by all signs, is on the verge of a period of very significant growth, aspiring to become a developed nation or Vikasit Bharat by 2047. Now that's the positive side of things. But at the same time, we have to admit that the world is becoming much more challenging. The nature of work is changing, leading to major changes in the workplace. Competition is increasing as the number of skilled and talented young people, like all of you, is steadily on the rise. Just happening before us in the last few weeks, geopolitical tensions are rising, and many assumptions about the world that we made earlier no longer hold. Global warming and climate change are for real, and in spite of pronouncements from leaders across the world, we are yet to see the kind of collective action that could have any impact on these phenomena. And we also know that polarization of views and identities and the reinforcement of this polarization by social media and technology is making any kind of meaningful collective action even more elusive. So the big question for all of you, of course, is, given this context, what should you do? So let me just go back to the MBA program review that we did at IIM Bangalore a few years ago, when we spoke to CEOs across the spectrum. And what we learned from them is that they were placing a lot of emphasis on three things: digital, data, and ESG. So at the outset, I must compliment Praxis Business School for having paid attention to all these topics in the curriculum. And hopefully that will place you ahead of many others. In other words, provide the right foundation for all of you. We also have other lessons, of course, including from the pandemic, which has sort of receded into our memory now, but is still lingering there somewhere at the back. I was just thinking back to the strategy course I taught just before the pandemic started, in fact in late 2019, when we discussed a variety of company case studies in the classroom, including one on the airline industry and on Airbnb. And it amazed me later on to think that never once during that class discussion did we ever consider the option that either of these two industries could come to a grinding halt. But that's exactly what happened a few months later. So just to extrapolate a little bit from this, some clear lessons from the pandemic. We need to avoid or overcome decision-making biases. I'm sure many of you are familiar with them, like confirmation bias and so on. We all need to actively practice scenario planning. While we can't predict what will happen in the future, by looking at alternate scenarios, we can perhaps be better prepared for whatever future might unfold. We need to look for and read weak signals. If you just think back to the time of the pandemic in 2020, early reports of what was happening in China were available to those who cared to look for them, and maybe some of those organizations and countries were better prepared. And of course, we need to factor in risks and build much better contingency plans. Speaking of technology, you obviously need to keep abreast of Gen AI and AI tools, but at the same time, I would urge you to remember that the distinctiveness of human beings comes from creativity, empathy, and human values. As Wharton professor Adam Grant observed in his bestseller Hidden Potential, if our cognitive skills are what separate us from animals, our character skills are what elevate us above machines. When our IIM students return for their alumni reunions 10, 15 or 20 years after their graduation, they all bemoan the fact that they didn't pay enough attention to organizational behavior and human resource management. Please develop skills in these areas. I hear that for many of you, your ideal is to work from home and do cool things. But let me tell you that individual heroics has its limitations. If you want to be an effective manager, you have to work with people. And don't forget Mary Angelou's very important advice. People remember how you made them feel. In fact, maybe that's the only thing they remember. Let me also move on to the importance of building stamina and resilience. In this tough world, you will soon realize that stamina and resilience are critical. And you can't have stamina and resilience until you maintain good physical and mental health. So my message to all of you would be, please find ways of keeping physically fit. Otherwise, health problems can suddenly hit you just as you are beginning to soar in your career. I am very concerned about mental health, particularly after the pandemic. So I would also urge you to maintain friendships and social relationships. And I mean in person, not on Instagram or WhatsApp. Keep connected to your family and others you care for. Be part of professional and social organizations. The metaverse may be exciting, but let me assure you that humans are wired to be social beings. You might also want to think about how you can be what people are calling an impact player. In a competitive workplace, you need to aspire to be an impact player rather than just a contributor if you want to differentiate yourself. And what's the difference? As Liz Wiseman wrote in her recent bestseller, Impact Players, a high impact player does work of exceptional value and impact, whereas contributors are just smart, talented people who are doing solid, if not great work. Faced with uncertainty and ambiguity, there are certain things the impact player does. They do the job that is needed rather than just doing the defined job. They step up to lead rather than waiting for direction. They move things across the final line rather than merely escalating problems. They learn and adapt to change rather than attempting to manage and minimize change. And they make heavy demands lighter by working well with others rather than adding to the load. So just think about it, just think, go look back at your experience here in Praxis and just see how you can elevate yourself to be an impact player rather than just being a mere contributor. And let me turn to another important topic, which is purpose. While you will all be focused on building your own skill sets and profile, keep in mind how you can take up one or more of the larger challenges that are visible around us. In this context, I would like to underline the importance of social sensitivity. Please keep connected to the broader environment, to the place or region to which your family belongs, to the institutions where you have studied, as your chairman just urged you. That means please keep in touch with Praxis Business School. As graduates from a leading institution, you almost by definition belong to a privileged group. Please don't wait to give back to society and the community. Make it a part of your life right now. What does this mean in practice? Identify causes or organizations you relate to and keep aside some time for them. You will find that this not only helps others, but adds meaning to your own existence. You have excellent role models right here in Kolkata. You might have heard of Vinayak Lohani, who was awarded the Padma Shri this year. After graduating from IIM Calcutta, he has devoted his life to social service through Parivar, which supports more than 3,000 underprivileged children in Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. Kids from Parivar have distinguished themselves both in academics and sports. You don't need to devote yourselves full-time to social work like Vinayak does, and I don't think we expect you to do so. But I would recommend that you spend at least some part of your time helping others. Professor Rebecca Henderson of Harvard was the foundation speaker at IIM Bangalore's Golden Jubilee Foundation Day in 2023. In her talk titled Reimagining Capitalism in a World on Fire, Professor Henderson urged all of us to embrace a purpose beyond profit and to dare to act. To quote her, "Climate change is not about warmer weather. It is about instability. A stable climate is a prerequisite of our very existence. Otherwise, it would lead to catastrophic conditions. We need a political, social, and cultural global movement to address huge issues like climate change. Business can be a powerful ally and make a great deal of money in the process. And making money, maximizing profits, this should be a means to an end, not an end in itself. The goal of the market is to create a thriving society. Adopting authentic purpose can significantly increase performance." Unquote. Professor Henderson's call to adopt authentic purpose is as relevant to us as individuals as it is to businesses and corporations, which are at the end of the day led by human beings like all of us. So purpose, to my mind, is important in whatever you or we do. And it's equally relevant even in something like AI. Some months ago, there was a cartoon or a circulating on WhatsApp groups, which was something like this. You know what's the biggest problem with pushing all things AI? It's all in the wrong direction. I want AI to do my laundry and dishes so that I can do art and writing, not for AI to do my art and writing so that I can do my laundry and dishes. So I'm just trying to underline the importance of purpose in whatever you do. So let me once again congratulate all of you for having completed your PGDM. You are on the threshold, I'm sure, of very exciting times. My best wishes to all of you. On this occasion, let me also thank all your families for the support they must have given you to enable you to progress this far. As I said, please keep in touch, close touch with your family, friends and others. Just make sure that you build those relationships which will nurture you in life and which will help you overcome all the obstacles I'm sure you will face as you go along. Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring address. I request the chairperson, Mr. Sajnani, to present a memento to Professor Krishnan. Now I invite Professor Charanpreet Singh to give his closing remarks and the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shreya, and a good evening to everyone. I must start my speech by thanking RT, now well known as Professor Krishnan. We are batchmates from the same institute. For making the time to attend the convocation. Your participation as our chief guest has truly elevated the event and made it memorable for all involved. In fact, we were having lunch today and he was saying that a lot of people invite him and he says no to most people. But I'm sure he wasn't referring to he was not saying it in the context of Praxis, but I do value the time that he has spent here and I really thank you for it. Accomplish without show, accomplish without arrogance, accomplish without forcing, said the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. So Professor Krishnan wears his accomplishments and there are many very lightly. And so, there's a lot to learn from the way he conducts himself and the way he has grown two, premier institutes in India. I am Indore and I am Bangalore. Your speech was inspirational. Your words would have resonated deeply with our graduating students, offering them valuable insights, encouragement and wisdom as they embark on their professional journeys. Thank you. Thank you to the guests from the industry and academia who have graced the occasion for spending your time with us. And a big thank you to the members of the governing board of Praxis, Professor N.K. Banerjee, Professor Sinha, Professor Dashrath Raman, Mr. Virosh Oberoi, Mr. Amitabh Ray, and for encouraging us with your presence today, and to the others who wrote in with their best wishes but could not be here physically. And a special thank you to Mr. Kamlesh Sajnani, Chairman of the Board, Founder of Praxis, and the force and spirit behind the institution. A professor's life has become very complicated, and I think it's becoming more complicated as days go by. She first has to keep pace with rapidly changing content, new business models, emerging organizational definitions. Second, she has to grapple with teaching media and tech and find ways of engaging across platforms and student expectations. And third, she has to find innovative ways of assessing student performance in an environment of mobile phones, digital watches, Google search, and now LLMs. Praxis is fortunate to have a faculty team that is committed to student learning and works tirelessly to give its best. Thanks to this team for having completed yet another year of excellent work. And thanks to our director, Dr. Pritish Mukherjee, for demonstrating exceptional leadership in a very eventful and rewarding year for Praxis. Thank you. An institute, like any organization, has several functions that need to work in harmony to keep the wheels running. It comprises identifying and admitting the right set of students who are all here, ensuring that the academic program is run smoothly and on schedule, creating career opportunities for the graduating batch, and overseeing the finance, administration and IT functions. My next thanks, therefore, are to the admissions and branding team, the PGP office, the placement team and the finance, admin and IT team. Your hard work, often behind the scenes, makes Praxis the institution it is today. A special thank to our corporate partners and recruiters, the industry leaders who trust in our students' capabilities and provide them with opportunities to shine. Your faith in Praxis helps us bridge the gap between academia and the professional world. So thank you very much. I'm delighted to congratulate the families of our graduates, parents, siblings, spouses and friends. This moment belongs to you as much as it does to them. You've been their pillars of support, their sounding boards during moments of doubt, and their biggest cheerleaders in times of success. Thank you for your faith in Praxis. And finally, to the entity for which the institute exists, the students. Congratulations on your success in the PGDM program at Praxis. As you move to the next stage in life, I just have one thing to add to what Professor Krishnan and Kamlesh sir and Prithvish sir have just said. Life is a long innings and you need to build the strength of character to play that innings with dignity. The way you conduct yourself with respect to your environment, your family, your friends, acquaintances, peers, colleagues, with people in general, defines who you are. Conduct yourself with grace and decency. Irrespective of where you may be, have regard and respect for others, show a high level of work ethic, think critically before deciding what is right, what is wrong, and respect diversity of opinion and background. In short, act in a manner that your parents, your professors, and most importantly, you yourself can be proud of. That is how you build your own brand. So go ahead and build your brand and make us all proud. And before I end this speech, what I want you all to recognize today is the often unpronounced strength you receive from your families. It is important at moments like today at your graduation ceremony that you realize how you have come so far and how. So, I would now like all the students to stand up, please. The graduating students. Turn around and face your families. And please applaud them. Now you can sit down. Now I request the Praxis faculty members and the Board of Governors to all stand up, please. And please face the students. And students, please applaud the people who have mentored you and taught you. Thank you, professors. You may sit down. Thank you, PGDM class of 2025, for spending 2 important years of your life with us. While today marks the end of your student journey, it is just the beginning of your lifelong association with Praxis. All the very best. We will miss you. Keep in touch. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to call upon the chairperson to declare the convocation ceremony closed.
I now declare the convocation ceremony for the PGDM class of 2025 closed. Thank you.
I request everybody in the house to stand for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्सल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता।